So your recent new song, All for One, None for All, is an absolute rager of a track. What is the meaning behind it?
Well, basically, we started writing that track. There was a lot of uncertainty with the bands, and with basically with how things were going with the other band members, and because we were getting busier, and things were a little bit kind of unsure. People weren't ready for that. The next step. Getting more involved in the band, playing the festivals, making it real. Which is you got to live it, you got to breathe it. Basically, if you're not, it's no point doing it. Especially for us, we're in a stage where we need to keep pushing. Because if not, we'll just go under. The radar very quickly. We're not, the ghost, and we are, or sleep tokens and stuff like that. We need to get. We still need to keep pushing, and we've got the capacity and songs and stuff to do it. But it's almost like you got to be there and live it and breathe it every day. So I think it was a mixture between that, with with a certain few old band members not knowing what to do, and then also I think the social media disconnection in terms of how things are each day, each month, each year, things are getting more and more separated. Living the life of the digital era, where you miss a lot of that kind of true bond and empathy with people and connection and truth behind the words and relationships. So it's all very wishy-washy, everything. So we thought to bring something that tackles that kind of era, I guess. And we came out with All for One, None for All, really. And it's got it does touch on all these kind of digital, I guess, era, living on these social platforms and all this kind of stuff. So it kind of is based on that, really.
That's amazing. It's like so right, because actually I've got another question that's further down, but I'm going to ask it now because actually it does tie in with what you just said, is the fact that like how you have to, how have you managed to adapt to the music industry, like in the digital age? Because there are pros and cons. You can literally, it's so saturated, and it's like you can have thousands, even millions of followers online.
Yeah.
You can't, if you're not gigging, if you're not putting the work in, if you're not doing that, you can't take it into the real world. So
No.
how, oh my
Yeah.
God,
He's a sphinx. Sorry, he just jumped on me.
I have 8 cats. I'm crazy cat lady. I'm just like, I'm just gonna, oh my God.
The sphinx.
What is it, a boy or girl?
He was diagnosed with heart disease only a few weeks ago, so I'm actually devastated at the moment of it. But
Oh, I'm
yeah,
so sorry.
yeah, he's in stage B2, which is severe. But I think there's a drug coming out in America that hopefully will help him. I've got a lot of faith in it. So
Name.
his name is Ego the Boneless. He's got an Instagram.
Okay, I need to go check. I'm crazy. I love it.
Yeah.
Right, Kat, hold on. Completely sidetracked. Right, hold on. Yeah, so how have you managed to adapt to the music industry? Now everything is digitalized. So when I was speaking to the 500, they put it amazing. They said basically they're traveling t-shirt salesmen who just happen to play music. So how have you managed to adapt, kind of try to make a living out of the music industry as it is at the moment?
I think it's at the worst it's ever been, and I can say I've been around the block basically since 2000 and 2000. I was in a band called Ted Moll. We used to tour all the time with Dayside, Morbid Angel, Suffocation. We did all those big tours back in the day. We didn't even Facebook was just out, I think, and we didn't even give a shit of announcing the tour on social media. But it seems the whole thing, everything's turned in it. It's like a new, complete, like you say, it's complete new, different era. And one of the good things that Red Method has, I think, is that although we're independent and we do things ourselves, and it's a struggle because it is a bloody struggle, and you've got to keep it. It's almost like having a side job on yourself. People don't see that. People think, oh, the band's just, oh, they've done this, they've done that. But there's a lot of thinking behind it. There's a lot of, and we've got really, really genuine fans, hardcore die fans, and we've got a little thing called the Bloodline on social where it's just generating fans. And so we go to a show, and that's where we make the money. Is we got the fee, but the fee just really it covers, if you think about it, a band our size, it covers the van, covers the petrol, it covers a few little things. And that's already, you know, I mean, what, 400, 500 quid gone like that in a second. But we do a lot very well with our merch, basically. Every show we do, you know, we sell and people buy it, and we're very grateful and humble about that we wouldn't be for them, we wouldn't you know, we wouldn't be able to have sustained carrying on doing what we're doing. You know, we like also doing things, again, although we're not signed by any major label and stuff, but we like keeping the standards as a major label, you know, the quality that we release stuff, the videos, we do high-end videos, you know, high-end productions, high-end recordings. And if we need to wait 3 years to do it or whatever it is, we will go through that process in order for it to give you, for us to give you the best we can possibly give you, you know. So, but I guess it's hard because, you know, we don't have any, I guess, backup, you know, to a degree. So we're doing kind of everything ourselves. We benefit from it a lot. And these days, I guess if you know the people these days, you don't even need a label, you know, to a degree, but you still need the agencies to put you on the, you know, on the big kind of festival. If not, you almost stay out all the time. And we earned to play the festivals because the people voted for us to play the festivals. And we still made a mark. We didn't just be put there by Bobby that works in bloody, you know. Because
it's not who you know, it's literally you've earned it.
We earned it, you know. And we every single festival we played is not the smaller ones that we now headlining them, which is great, you know. Like seeing the band progress to that stage is amazing. Kind of the more underground, you know, underground festivals. But I love that. Sometimes it's better. I love the intimacy, you know, 200 people that's fucking having it, you know. It's like, than just sometimes in a massive festival and you're on number one, and it's great experience because I wouldn't change it and stuff. But I guess it's also good to have the other, you know, the other ones, which is, it keeps it real for us, for a band like us. It keeps it really real because it's the people that want to come and see you, as to opposed to people that just go to the festival to see 1,000 bands, you know. And I think you know, in this age, I think it is difficult. Like you said, I lost a bit of interest myself, and you know, there's been many times where I'm like, point of carrying on, is, you know, and I do it because it's my own therapy. The band, it's almost, it keeps me sane basically, and it keeps me doing my art and my putting, you know, my angers and my, you know, turmoils and my demons into something, you know. And although I'm trying to channel it differently these past year, I'm doing more MMA stuff and fighting and painting and stuff. I still want to do Red Method. I still want to do, you know, music because it's one of my biggest passions. But it is difficult because, like you said, things are very oversaturated right now. And you look up a band online and you're like, wow, who the hell are these? They must be massive. And then they have, you know, 7,000, 4,000 billion triple views in Spotify. And you go to the gig and there's literally 10 geezers just like standing by the bar.
Yeah,
you know?
that's it.
What the fuck is going on here? Like, and no disrespect, we've taken bands, right, that we are not even a quarter of the streams in Spotify. And they, you know, we put 100 people in through the doors and they can put even 10 or 5. You know what I mean? And it's pretty messed up, that, because it's not only the making bands pay, because every band that does that, they're paying to get those they're all paying. So they're all paying. I know how
fake it till you make it. It's gone too far.
Exactly. Yeah, it's gone to the next level now.
All the faking it, but never actually making it. And I think sometimes it gives that false sense of security when you have those numbers, when you have those shares, when you have that. You think you've made it, so you don't have to put the work in, and that's not it at all. It's just very false sense of security. It's very strange bubble that I think some bands don't even realize they're in.
You know, especially the new age, I guess, you know, they're over obsessed with these algorithms and ads, and ads are important because, you know, people can see your shows, and it's a great way. Don't get me wrong; those, I think, there's certain things which are good, but like you say, it gives them a sense, you know, self security, I guess, you know, because you believe something that is not really, you know, you're paying your way to get streams. You know, they asked us, and I'm not going to name numbers. These people are pretty, you know, high up there in the industry. They asked us for 900 quid to be able to put, you know, in the past, some tracks on Spotify, big playlists, which keeps on rotating numbers keep flowing up, and every month we are going up and up and up, which is great, yeah, because you see the numbers going up. But the only reason why it's going up is because it's in a playlist, and it's keep looping, and people listen to the playlist. Yeah, it's a big playlist, which is great to be, but it's not like, I'm actually listening to the band. You actually
it's just there. It's just there. Background noise.
It's like a clock. It's ticking all the time, and it means nothing. I'm sorry, but it means absolutely jack shit.
I agree. I absolutely agree, because like I said, it's like you will look at a band. Like, I tell you what, right, there is this band, okay, and they are called Thorn, and like they've probably just a couple of hundred like on Instagram, okay. Their track that they sent me in their inbox, and this is in my inbox, and this is what blows me away. When I heard this track, and they're just a group of just local lads, whatever, it is phenomenal, and the track is phenomenal. It is so well produced, and it's amazing. But obviously, because they don't do the whole algorithm, don't know how all of that works, it's not getting out there. And for me, that is like what I want to do. I want to get those out there, not oh look, you've got millions, you've got all these streams, you've got all of this, but you're just throwing out reels every now and again of the same track over and over again, and there's no heart, there's no passion. You're just looking at the numbers.
And it like you say, I mean, I think it's devalued the real, the real musicians in a band, and the quality of music, really, because like you say, I mean, like you get really you find these gems where they should be massive. They should be, they should be in the right, at least the right trajectory to get in the, but it's impossible for them, because they will never be able to compete with the bands that have, a grand put in their social medias just like that every single month. You never compete with that, and then obviously, it's because, they have management, they have the agency, and it just flattens you out completely. But it's really difficult. I think all this has made it worse. I think there's so many fakers, there's so many unreal art, just people that just, sit in the bloody living room and just, they're huge, what I mean? And they don't do shit, what I mean, with it. And people lose their marbles with it because they think there's something else that they're not. And they haven't even toured, they haven't even done anything. And it's difficult, because even now, by the looks of it, agencies and big agencies and major agencies and major labels, these are the bands that, as long as they're getting numbers into the shows, are the ones that they're getting picked up. They're not picking up, like, back 20 years ago. I remember when Ted Moll, Roadrunner came and spoke to us, Century Media, we could have connections with these labels, but now it's almost like someone doesn't exist, and you need to be either, you need to be massive on social media by pumping money into it, and then you got to obviously, I guess this is where it makes the difference. You got to be a massive headliner to be able to fill, rooms. I mean, no, they won't even consider you.
Yeah, that's it. Do you know what, actually, as well, you mentioned earlier something about your fans, and again it went on to like another one of my questions. It's like in my head, like so like, obviously with music how it is now, you have to rely on your fans and people who are kind of loyal to you, and you affectionately call them like your bloodline. And what do your fans like mean to you?
They're part, for us, calling them the bloodline, it means that we almost like the hearts, and they are the blood running through the heart that keeps the heart pumping. That's why I put the bloodline on it, because it almost works both ways. Without the heart, the blood won't pump, and without the I guess the other way, the heart won't function. So it's vital for us, I mean, and I'm really, really honored about that. I'm humble about these, we've got connection with all of them. We sit down, we speak to them, we have a drink with them, we speak with them, outside from the show. We spend time with them. We're not just, come here, give me your money, and and we are good people, and we try and make those connections with them. I mean, they're part of Red Method, and that's something that's
part of it, isn't it? That's the important part of it.
Yeah, and you see bands where they just want to play and get the money, and they don't even give a shit. They just want the money. I understand you ain't got the time for that, but for us, it's just important sometimes to slow it down a little bit and make those connections and be real more than anything. Be real, I'm a very realistic person, and I value things in life, so I like to value those things. which they don't come. You know what I mean? They don't come easy. And we've grafted Red Method pretty hard in the last few years, and we've seen it from, you know, with 4 people in front of us, 3 people, to now, you know, headlining shows across the country, and, you know, 150 people being there and going fucking apeshit, which is amazing for us. I'm really proud. I'm more proud of that than being signed to any major label and being their control completely. And they are manipulating the whole situation, how they do, taking all the money, what to do, how to do it. Sometimes, I don't know, you know, there's certain things in life that you gotta, I guess, you know, keep yourself in check with and value, you know.
Everything has to have humanity to it for it to work, otherwise it doesn't work. And that's the thing. Yes, it is like you are having to slog so much harder, you are having to work so much harder, you're having to question, like, why the fuck am I even doing this? But it is you, and it is your music, and it is your fans, and you've not got somebody else telling you what to do. And actually, doesn't always put food on the table, but it is priceless, and it does sit right in your heart, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know, there's big bands that have made it out there, which they kept going independently till, you know, something eventually they will have to offer you something, because you're putting in, you know, 500 plus through doors. You know, and we have still a while to go to get there, but it's happened in the last 5 years for us. So everything's possible, you know. And I think I'd rather keep it real than be basically doing that somebody else, basically, you know.
Absolutely. No one can control you then.
It's just against my views and morals, basically. I just don't.
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, so the 500, they've asked you to share the stage with them for 2 show dates for their album release. So how did kind of like you meet, and how important do you think it is in the music industry to build connections with other bands?
Well, the 500, pretty much, which I don't know if you know or not, Andy, the bass player, and Mark, the guitarist, they're from Gibraltar.
The other week, yeah.
And I'm from Gibraltar, so we grew up, you know, back in the day. They were playing with their bands, and I was playing with my band, and we, you know, they supported us, and we tried to play. I mean, there wasn't loads of places. It was just like literally 2 pubs we could play and stuff like that. But we loved it, you know. We were the only ones playing proper metal in Gibraltar back in the day when we were 15, 14, 16, 17. And then we all moved, really. I moved to London. My cousin was here from Breed 77. I don't know if you heard the band. They were massive were still massive, but they were pretty everywhere back in the day in the millennium and the 2000 and stuff, within Nino in the States, everywhere. And we just toured with them in November. It's a great tour. And that kind of classic flamenco rock kind of metal is amazing. And they were pretty much everywhere. And they were from Gibraltar as well. My cousin's from Gibraltar. So I came to London and I said, I'm going to see if I can hook up with my cousin, and he's got a band. And then I came here in 2001, I think. And I started hanging out with my cousin and the band, and they used to take me on tour everywhere. And that's it. Then I started doing my own bands and stuff. And then Andy came with these lot. I think they came 2 years after me or 3 years after me. They went to Nottingham. I was in London, and we've always done stuff with our other bands and stuff. I think it's good for that we're both doing like collaborations. I did some guest vocals for them. The singer's done guest vocals for us for one of the songs of the new album as well. So it's kind of really, really nicely connected, everything.
Like that.
Yeah. And we're like family. You know, they were there on the show last night. So.
Oh, amazing. I'm going to go see them. And you'll be there as well then, in the Camden one that's in Camden.
I'll be there.
Oh, amazing. That'll be really cool. Oh. Okay, it says you're connected to audio.
Oh, now. I'm back.
Right. I managed to have a quick drink and a vape. We're all good.
Yeah, I'll be there with in the show in Camden.
Oh, that would be so awesome to meet you. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I've literally only got one question, and and I always give everyone like the option of answering this, because you don't have to if you don't want to. So a massive part of kind of like once a month I do a show that is around like mental health, and my listeners send in tracks that kind of maybe got them through hard times, or just kind of ones that help them. But I'm a massive believer, like, we all go through stuff, we all go through shit, and nobody really talks about it. And I think it's really important that people who other people look up to, like kind of like yourselves, musicians, people in the music industry, to know that actually everyone has had their struggles. So in saying that, have you ever struggled with your mental health, or have you got any advice that you could give to somebody? Like I said, you don't have to answer it. I just think it's kind of important to start that conversation. And I kind of ask everyone this kind of question. It's something that's quite close to my heart. So
Yeah, I mean, people that are close to me and know me know that you know, I've gone through my through my demons a lot, and it came to last year basically when I had to change a lot of my lifestyle patterns after New Year last year, because I wouldn't have been alive probably more than 2 or 3 years more.
wow.
Um, I was, but you know, I've always been a loose cannon anyway, and I know that, and I've got a few loose screws here and there, and I know that, but I think it got to the point. I think the band also, I grafted it so hard, and doing it yourself as well, it takes a big chunk of that. And the industry is so ruthless, and it's so I'm sorry, but it is fucking savage out there. I mean, and it's so unfair basically, because I'm I don't know to bring any negativity into it, but it's just purely unfair. It's fake as fuck, and it's unfair. And I think people that have a good part inside of them and they're real, they struggle a lot with this. And if you're a bit of a faker and you just want to go with the flow with things, that's fine. Probably you get really far in life in the industry. But I think if you're true to yourself, and you got your values and your morals and stuff, you are going to struggle in here, because it just, anyway. So yeah, I did a big change where I took on, I left a lot of things, bad habits and stuff that weren't helping me, and I had to replace them with the intensity that I was basically putting myself through, but I had to channel it in different ways basically, and that it really, I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
But I'm basically much better now. I'm in a much better place. I'm much healthier. I'm training 4 times a week, MMA, fighting. I'm starting to paint again. I've got some paintings there.
Oh wow.
I've done Ragnar, but it's not finished. Just that needs about 3 or 4. That's a commissioned one. Again, they're just little things. So I'm starting to paint again. I've started to train again, and that's really helped my mental health. Like, you need to channel, you need to put, it depends on the individual. I think if you're a really intense individual that, you were getting obliterated every single week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and, you were pretty intense, anyway, I think you need to replace that with something really intense in your life.
Yeah.
And I've actually found that now. And although it kills me throughout the week because I'm bruised all the time and I'm knackered all the time, but it's a healthier outlet,
Yeah.
And you need to, but it has to come from within. It's really difficult. I've always struggled. I'm going to do it, but I never did it. And then I'll go back to my old ways, you know what I mean? But you have to really I think when you really have enough of yourself and you
I was
really,
going to say, you've got to have enough of your own
you
bullshit.
got it. Yeah.
Everyone's going to say to you, oh, do this. And you can be like, okay, right, that's it. We're going to do this. I'm going to change this. It's not until the way you're living is so much more difficult than the alternative. So yes, like doing, the MMA is really hard. It's making you feel tired. It's making you feel shattered, and you've got to have that discipline for it.
Yeah.
It's still easier than the way that you were living.
Absolutely. I think that's the key, right? Like, you need to discipline. You need to put the discipline into it. And that's something that I didn't have, and it's taken a long time to get. And self-control,
Yeah.
all those kind of elements that I lost throughout the music journey in my life. In the last 25 years in London, I kind of lost a lot of those, core values. And actually, I've done almost like a 360, because right now what I'm doing is I'm actually doing exactly the same as what I was doing when I was 16 and 15 and 14 and 13, painting and training in the martial arts world. I used to do Thai boxing back in the day, and I used to paint, and I left it all. and then I just went to music. You know, almost that journey, you know, nearly killed me. And although I've got a healthy journey of it now, I had to change a lot of things. You got to put in the effort, basically, and it's got to be consistent, and you got to fight with yourself every single day about it. But you got to keep going. It's not worth it, basically. Yeah.
I appreciate you talking to me so much today. This is just so like honest. It's not like, it doesn't feel like an interview. It just feels like a chat, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. Keep it real.
Yeah, no, I can't deal with with that.
It's too many of them. Too many people out there like that. No,
it's just people in it, connection. That's it. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Definitely. If you want to check out the cat, is called Ego the Boneless in Instagram.
Eagle the Boneless.
Ego, yeah, with double G, double R, Ego.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay, literally a second I've turned this off. I'm following. That's it. I'm done.
Yeah. Ego the Boneless, basically. And yeah, you'll see him. He did an interview for Bloodstock at one point. I saw with me and stuff. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I'm gonna check it out. Right, thank
Take
you.
care. It's
so
lovely
much.
meeting you.
You too. And please get some sleep and lots of water.
Yeah. When we play a show, come down. You know, and we'll put you on. If you want some friends to come or whoever you want, we'll put you on the guest list and stuff. So
thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries. Take care.
Right, get
See you
sleep.
soon.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye. Bye.